Hello friends, do you want to write a novel or you want to become a script writer in a movie or you want to become a playwright? Then watch this video till end. Hi, I am your Apnsir. If you go to my previous videos and see my interactions or chatting with my viewers in the comment sections, you will find that many times I have been requested to make videos on direct speech versus indirect speech. This time I was left with no option but to make a video on this topic because one of my loyal viewers made the same request. I make this video as a gift from my side to all my consistent viewers who have been constantly supporting me to carry out my mission of quality education for all. Friends, let me be very frank. In one video, I cannot completely deal the topic direct and indirect speech. This is the part 1 of the series, and in this video we will learn the essential rules to correctly punctuate direct speech. Friends, in our day-to-day life, there are two ways of relating what a person has said, direct and indirect. At the beginning of this video, I asked you a question. Do you want to become a scriptwriter or a novelist? This was my question. I asked you so because in movies, 95% of dialogues are direct speech. Similarly, without using direct speech, a novel cannot be imagined. Scriptwriters are the people who write the dialogues for the movies. They make money out of writing dialogues which are nothing but direct speech, and they play an important role in the making of movies. Do you want to become a scriptwriter? Suppose I tell you to write a novel or dialogue for a play. You will miserably fail if you do not know the basic rules of punctuating direct speech in dialogues. Yes, punctuating direct speech properly is an important learning point which we all should master. Hence, dear viewers, in this video I will tell some essential rules that we must know to structure and punctuate direct speech. When we talk of direct speech, we repeat the exact words of the original speaker. The direct speech is put inside inverted commas. So we can say direct speech is equal to exact words of the original speaker within inverted commas. Rule number 1. Only what is spoken is placed within the quotation mark. Other parts of the same sentence, dialogue tags, and action or thought go outside the quotation mark. Let us take an example. The given sentence is, she said, comma, inverted comma starts, I will cook food for you. Stop, inverted comma closes. In this sentence, the actual spoken words sit inside the speech mark or the inverted commas. The part she said is the dialogue tag and it remains outside the quotation marks. This dialogue tag is also called the reporting clause or RC. The reporting clause or the RC or direct speech is the short clause that indicates who is talking. It is the clause that is outside the inverted commas and it is therefore not the words being spoken. Rule number 2. The first word of the direct speech starts with a capital. For example, he said, inverted comma begins, the show is brilliant, stop, inverted comma ends. In this sentence, the T in the show is capital. It is because the first word of the direct speech starts with a capital. The quotation normally begins with a capital letter, but if it is interrupted by a reporting clause, then in that case the first letter of the continuation is not capitalized. Let us take an example. Inverted comma starts, I am coming home early tonight, comma, inverted comma closes. She said and added, comma, inverted comma once again begins, and you can expect me before 8 p.m. stop inverted comma ends. In this sentence, the part and you can expect me before 8 p.m. is a continuation of the direct speech. I am going home early tonight. You can mark that the first letter A of the continuation part and you can expect me before 8 p.m. is not in capital. Rule number 3. Each new character speech starts on a new line. For example, can I come in? He asked. Just a moment, she shouted. Rule number 4. In the direct speech, all commas, full stops, question marks, exclamations must be enclosed by the inverted commas. The comma, full stop, question mark or exclamation mark at the end of a piece of speech should be placed inside the closing inverted comma or commas. Let us study the following sentences. Can I come in? Question mark. There is inverted comma. He asked. Just a moment. Inverted comma closes. She shouted. You are right. The comma is within the inverted comma. He said. Inverted comma begins. I did not expect to win. Full stop. Then comes the inverted comma. In all these sentences, the question mark or the exclamation mark or the comma or the full stop in the direct speech are placed inside the inverted commas. Rule number 5. If direct speech comes after the dialogue tag, you should use a comma to introduce the piece of speech. The comma is placed before the first inverted comma. Let me explain you by an example. In the given sentence, Steve replied, comma, no problem. Steve replied is a dialogue tag and the reporting clause. No problem is the speech part and it comes after the dialogue tag. It must be noted that the two parts are separated by a comma. The rule is that we use a comma after the dialogue part and before the first inverted commas to introduce the piece of speech. Rule number 6. Some writers use double speech marks and use single speech marks. You can use either type as long as you are consistent. It is important not to swap between the two. Let me explain you with an example. Both the given sentences are correct. Any one from can be followed, but it should be followed consistently across the text. No swapping in between the text. She said, comma, double inverted comma, I will cook food for you, full stop, then once again double inverted comma. This sentence is an example of double speech mark. She said, comma, with a single inverted comma, I will cook food for you, full stop. Then there is another one inverted comma. This sentence uses single speech mark. Rule number 7. Reporting clause can be written either before or after the direct speech. Let me give you an example. Look at both the sentences flashing on the screen. She said, I will cook food for you. I will cook food for you, she said. In both the sentences, I will cook food for you is the direct speech. In one sentence, the reporting clause is placed before the direct speech and in the other sentence, it is placed after the direct speech. One point must be noted that when direct speech precedes a verb and doesn't end in a question mark or an exclamation mark, a comma must be used. This is the reason why in the second sentence a comma is used after the direct speech instead of a full stop. Now let us take some more examples. Read the sentence. Who goes there? Question mark. Shouted the watchman. The sentence is a correctly punctuated sentence. In this sentence, there is no use of comma after the direct speech part because the direct speech ends in a question mark. The same rule will also be applicable if the direct speech ends in an exclamation mark. For example, there goes the thief, shouted the watchman. I hope this discussion will help you write better dialogues for the upcoming movies or novels. Thank you.